Oh, I didn't notice you guys are already here. Thanks for coming out to Jimmie's Jammies. Now I bet you're wondering, what is Jimmie's Jammies and where can I get one of those cool shirts? Slow your roll, Pete, because I gotta explain to you what the show is first. I love pajamas. Now I bet you're asking yourself, what are we filming here? How did he get started? What is this show even about? Rest easy, my friend, because I'm going to explain to you why you need to be watching Jimmie's Jammies right now. I left my job as a sandwich technician at Arby's a little over a month ago to follow my passions of pajama-based entertainment. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does that mean? That means in-depth reviews, critiques, and information regarding pajama construction and pajama safety. We live in a day and age where I can find people on the internet to help fund my dreams. And that's exactly what I did when I opened up my GoFundMe. I wrote out my bio and answered all the questions truthfully. And thankfully, somebody accidentally must have donated me $6 because I'm $6 closer to my goal of $50. With $50, I'll be able to keep my camera crew that I have standing around right now. I've promised them a lot of money and I'm a little bit nervous if this thing doesn't take off because I don't have many worldly possessions to give away. Now let's get to the piece de la resistance, the actual pajamas. Now let me tell you a little bit about where I go to get pajamas. This is a little bit of a pajama insider note. Target has so many pajamas, and a lot of times they'll trade money for them. So in fact, I went over to my local Target and picked up these sweet jammies. I know what you're thinking, a moose? Who wears mooses? But that's the fun thing about pajamas. There's no rules. You can have mooses or ducks or mooses with scarves. The sky's the limit with pajamas. And then you got these rad patterned bottoms. I really like how they're hexagons. And if I look at them too much, it makes my tummy hurt. But it's okay because I'm sleeping in them. I'm not going to be looking at them that often. Now I know what you're thinking. How much could jammies like this actually cost? But you'd be amazed at what slave labor can do. They were only about $12, a steal if you ask me. I had enough left over after my allowance to pick up popcorn and ginger ale. Yeah, party at my house, am I right, guys? No, don't show up. But anyway, I think we need to really get into the review now. Now here at Jimmie's Jammies, we have a formula for dissecting the perfect jammy. It's called PPR. That's an acronym, but let me tell you what it means. P stands for plushness. How soft are they? Do they feel good against the skin? Do you want to wake up tomorrow? The other P in PPR stands for presentation. Now that means when I went in there and I picked that jammy out, was it the jamminest jammy or just a jammy that had to jam out? Now that's a lot of jams, but it's okay, follow along. It basically means, does it look okay on the storefront? Do I want to pick it up? Is it worth anything? Should I leave? What am I doing with my life? The last and most important letter in the acronym is R. R stands for resistance. And I know what you're thinking. What kind of resistance do you need from pajamas? Let me tell you from firsthand experience, you can be evicted at any time. So you need to be ready and able to run. And that's why you need pajamas that can keep up with you and not with your landlord. And now it's time for the fun part of Jimmie's Jammies, actually getting into these bad boys. Here we go. Oh, these are what I like to call a hugger. That means that they're a little tighter than you would expect. But I mean, you know, what can you do for $12 other than be happy? All right, so I'm feeling a little restrained, but that's natural for most pajama reviewers. Okay, let's try on these wicked bottoms. Oh, these seem to be going on way nicer than the top. I'm gonna make note of that in the review. All right. That was easier than I thought. Well, boys and girls, these jammies were a little bit more wicked than I thought, but a lot tougher than expected. Let's run down some basic scores, huh? I think fit-wise, I'm gonna have to dock at some points. Solid 3 out of 8. They really need to understand that if they're going to make level 12 to 14 pajamas, they gotta be a little stronger. I am a level 20 pajama. Now, when it comes to actual feel, they feel quite nice. The pants actually fit really well and only go all the way up to my knee, which is surprising for most of my reviews. So I'll give that a 5 out of 8. Overall, it's a little hard to breathe, so I'm gonna have to dock it some points because I don't think you can sleep in these. So I'm gonna have to give it a 0 out of 8 because it doesn't do the basic function of a pajama. And now it's time for what I consider to be the funnest part, resistance, where I take 30 seconds and see if I can break out of these pajamas. Ready? Here we go. The pajamas were a lot stronger than I anticipated. I'm changing the score into an 8 out of 8 indestructible jammies. I had to literally cut these things off me. I'm a little winded. Can we take a 5? Can we stop for a second? All in all, pajama reviewing isn't the easiest, and a lot of times it doesn't go as planned. But what's important is that you tune in every week. And don't forget to go support me on GoFundMe. I'm never gonna take it down. And also follow me on Twitter at JimoJams. And be my friend on Facebook because everybody I know doesn't want anything to do with me since I started a pajama show. Anyway, this is Jimmie's Jammies, and I hope you come jam with me soon. See you next week. Next week, pimped out Jays.